What's good, y'all? Today we will be reacting about the OnePlus 13S. Y'all know the new phone right now. It just dropped out 2 days ago. We'll be reacting about it, and shout out to MKBHD, and let's get right into it. Do y'all know the OnePlus 13? That was a crazy phone. So I'm gonna look at the OnePlus 13S. So let's get right into it. Oh yeah. Alright, yeah. Can y'all please like and subscribe if you want?
The S stands for stronger, smarter, and subscribe, which is incredible because you guys just got 20 million subscribers onto this channel. So that's amazing. Thank you. No, but it stands for small. Small phones died with the Zenfone 10, the legend. That was the last under 6-inch screen size flagship phone, and they're not coming back. So now it's time to redefine basically what a small flagship phone is. And it seems like the new bar we've set is 6.3 inches. So if a screen size of a flagship phone is under 6.3 inches, then that's one of the smallest flagship phones. So iPhone 16 is a 6.1-inch screen. Galaxy S25 is a 6.2-inch screen. Xiaomi 15 is right around 6.3. And this new phone, this OnePlus 13S, is one of the best small flagship phones out there at 6.3 inches. And if you're willing to accept that that is the new bar, then this is kind of like the Zenfone 10 reincarnated, except for 2025. Now, my asterisk is this phone is not coming to the US, so if you're here, that's kind of a bummer, because I really like this phone, but it's not going to have all the bands required to be great in the US. But I got my hands on it anyway, and there's basically 3 things you need to know. The first one is obvious. It has full flagship specs on paper. Snapdragon 8 Elite, 12 gigs of fast RAM, and up to a ½ terabyte of UFS 4.0 storage. And this display up front is 6.3 inches, like I said, extremely small and even bezels all the way around, and really easy on the eyes. Almost 1440p resolution still, 120 Hz LTPO, and up to 1600 nits, or all the way down to 1.1 nits with PWM dimming. So they've cut down the size, but not really any other qualities of the screen. And even beyond the on-paper specs, this feels like a flagship phone too. It's compact, but this is a rock-solid phone. Also really clicky buttons. And then, of course, this nice satin glass on the back. And it is very up to speed on the flat front and back aesthetic that is trendy with 2025 smartphones, which I also happen to be a fan of. And then with this relatively normal-looking camera square on the back, if this phone was like 20% bigger, it would basically look and feel exactly like any other normal flagship. But thanks to its dimensions, it's a little bit lighter, a little bit more reachable, and a little more comfortable in every way. But also, they have done the OnePlus thing. And that either means nothing to you, or you hear that and you wince a little bit because you've watched these videos for a while, and you remember that doing the OnePlus thing means, number one, they didn't add wireless charging to this phone, and number two, the camera is, I would just say, not going to be the reason why you buy this phone. But here's the battery situation here, and this one is so interesting to me. The battery is the strongest part of the OnePlus 13S. Inside, this thing has a 5,850 milliamp hour battery, which is incredible. Just for context, 4,000 milliamp hours, 5,000 milliamp hours, 5850. I mean, that's incredible. This phone has easy 2-day battery life with normal use. Like I said, Zenfone reincarnated type stuff. And I'm using my phone at a high brightness, high refresh rate, everything on, endless battery here. And then the cherry on top is it's also 80-watt fast charging. So you can always plug in for a few minutes every couple of days and be good to go again. So yeah, there's no wireless charging, and that's an easy ding. But this is absolutely the perfect use case for a silicon carbon battery. It lets us break physics a little bit and make the phone smaller, but still have a massive flagship size capacity. Is what I would say if this was a silicon carbon battery, but it's not.
It's not even coming to America.
All of the specs I just said are true.
I'm not even gonna get it.
5,850 milliamp hours, 80-watt charging, 2-day battery life. Not silicon carbon. When I first saw the spec sheet for this phone, I literally assumed it was silicon carbon because this is a tiny phone. It's impossible, right? It can't be a regular lithium-ion battery.
Yeah.
But it's not. And that was kind of shocking. I kind of can't believe it's not. But then the second cherry on top for this phone is the version they're selling in China is going to swap out
in China,
the 30 megapixel selfie camera for a 16 megapixel smaller camera, and does have a silicon carbon.
Wait, guys. Then where is he? Hey, I didn't even see that question coming. Wait. Where is he? Is he in China right now? Yo.
Battery, because of the different priorities in that market. So that version is a 6,260 milliamp hour battery. Wow. I cannot imagine how good the battery life of that phone is going to be. Either way, the battery is a huge highlight of this phone. It's pretty sick. Now the cameras, as I mentioned, not so much. I mean, they're fine. You've heard this about OnePlus phones in the past. They're passable. They're just not going to be the reason you buy this phone. This is the same sensor as the ROG Phone 9 and the Moto Edge 50, just to give you an idea. And they chose to pair that main camera with a 2x telephoto for some reason, instead of an ultra-wide or a better zoom. But you can immediately get much more out of an S25 with its triple cameras, for example, or even others with a dual camera where one of them is an ultra-wide. But the third and final thing you should know about this phone is that OnePlus's AI has arrived on it. And I've been testing it for a little while.
Okay,
it's one of those things that, again, you can easily dive all the way into it or totally ignore it and not use any of it. I tend to not use a lot of this stuff. But of course they want to make it as easy as possible to dive right in, because they've replaced the usual beloved alert slider with a single button here. And you can see where this is going. This is a customizable button called the plus key. And sure enough, just like the iPhone's action button, they've built a special, very dark UI that they've stapled into their settings app for customizing exactly how you want this button to behave. And the default is saving whatever you're doing to the mind space, which is this AI-organized memory bank for all your screenshots and taking action on them and pulling information out of them later. Pretty damn similar to the Nothing Phone's Essential Space. I've talked about this before.
Nothing Phones.
Cool concept. Like every once in a while, it's a really cool, useful thing. Like someone sends you a text with a screenshot of a concert poster, and then you can like save it and get the information later. It's nice, but it also doesn't work anywhere outside of this phone. So it doesn't sync anywhere. I can't triage this on a bigger screen on my laptop or something like that. So it breaks my number one rule of organizational software of not being multi-platform. But there's also other little stuff, like there's an AI editor in the Photos app now that will unblur moving objects and erase reflections in glass or erase background objects. Pretty classic stuff that we've seen. And there's a Translate app that does live audio translations for multilingual conversations. Nothing like mind-blowing or groundbreaking that we haven't already seen on other phones before. But it is nice that OnePlus at least has this stuff built in now instead of relying on Google for it. This is also coming via a software update to the OnePlus 13, although that phone still has a slider instead of the button, so you have to access it with a three-finger swipe up instead.
This is called the OnePlus 13.
Now, some other little things I noticed while dailying this phone should come with the context of the price. So, here is that price. It's pretty good, $650 roughly equivalent in the US. Again, feeling like the Zenfone reincarnated. But I did notice things like the fingerprint reader under the display being optical instead of the faster ultrasonic fingerprint sensors. Not a huge deal, but makes sense at this price point. I also found the lack of double tapping the power button for camera kind of weird on this phone. I feel like 99 out of every 100 Android phones that crosses my plate automatically has double click for camera turned on, or at least lets me easily turn it on. But unless I'm missing something, this is like the 1 out of 100 that doesn't. But you can, I guess, remap the plus key to be the camera quick launch if you want to do that instead. But then speaking of the plus key,
I wish they could do like a dual. That means like you could click under that clicky button on the side, the extra button. You could just click on the bottom and it'll just like do camera. And then when you click on the top, it'll do
animation. I mean, do I really have to say it? I mean, we all know they just... Okay, as long as we're on the same page. Also, sweet new feature that I discovered on this phone, but that's probably more useful on bigger phones, this icon pull-down gesture in Oxygen OS 15. This is so smart. It basically just takes all of your clickable icons on your home screen and just drags them down to the corner to make them reachable with a single swipe. It is so clever. I love it. But overall, moral of the story is the benchmark for compact or small flagship phones has moved up basically over 6 inches now. But if you want the one with the best battery life, there's no question this is it. Super smooth software, super fast charging, and it has the AI features built in now, which is great. If it's camera you're after, this probably isn't the one. If you live in the US, sorry, probably can't really get one here.
Yeah, I'm sad.
Do, it'll be kind of a pain. Speaking of a pain, does your dad's back hurt? Is he always constantly misplacing things? Does his wallet look like this? Your dad may be suffering from something called dad wallet. We've all seen it. A massive wallet that's probably older than you, filled with who knows what. Listen, it's time to upgrade him for Father's Day. And Ridge has it covered. Ridge has wallets for all sorts of dads. There's hard wallets, soft wallets, even some with his favorite sports team. So there's so many colors and material options to choose from. I can kind of already hear him saying, that's sharp, when he opens it for the first time. And the best part, he'll never misplace it again with Ridge's new tracker card. Just slide it into the wallet and you can always find it with your iPhone. But also, I know our audience and I know the analytics, and I'm fairly confident that a lot of you watching this video are also dads. So you know what? Get something for yourself too. Treat yourself at the Ridge Father's Day sale going on now. Stuff's up to 40% off. So it's at ridge.com/mkbhd or the link below. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.
Alright, y'all, so that's the end of the video. If y'all liked the video, can y'all please like and subscribe? If you didn't like it, it's fine. But shout out to MKBHD, and what else can I say except for peace? Like and subscribe for 10K.